All right, here we go. It's time for 90 seconds of budget talk.
The White House really trying to ramp up the pressure here, now threatening to fire not just furlough workers they say work under programs that do not align with the president's priorities. Now, of course, Republicans control both chambers of Congress. They have the House, they have the Senate, they also have the White House, but they need Democratic votes to get this done, and the two sides are still very far apart.
All right, what does this mean? Nothing. Nothing to you at all at this moment in time. It'll happen tomorrow. Probably. They'll get something done. Maybe. If not, they'll get it done the next day. Or they'll kick it out for 90 days. Or it's all the same. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing crazy is going to happen. This is the world of politics. Run around like a chicken with your head cut off. And then, well, then nothing really happens. And then you do something. And then they're like, oh, my God, look how great we are. We did our job. We're awesome. Look at that. What? Oh, my goodness, this is great for us. Whoa, look at it. That's what will happen. There's your 90 seconds. Oh, somebody's pushing buttons. Is that you? We got a new guy in here.
Sorry, first time.
First time. This is why he's not. This is why we don't let a pilot roll this thing out immediately. We let them kind of do a simulation. This is it. He's fine. So there you go. That was it right there. And we'll find out what happens. Will Trump chicken out? Will they? Here's the thing. It's who can you get to blame the other side in any of these things. It's not about whether or not it's right or wrong. It's who will take the blame. If the Republicans feel like the blame's going to end up on them, they'll move quicker. If it lands strictly on the Democrats, they'll move quicker. And it all ends up at the same place. They spend a ton more money than they bring in. They don't actually get anything really done. This is going to be a CR, continuing resolution. And that's the way this thing plays itself out. We'd love to see they actually have a bill and it's done and they roll it out and it's clean and here it is. This funds the government for the next year. We'll do it again next year because we're supposed to do it. That isn't going to happen. It's how far can you go in a situation where the blame lands on them, but not so far as to be seen unreasonable where the blame may land on you. Because once that comes, then you've got to go and have the conversation about, okay, let's see here. We can't have that. So there you go. I don't know what time tomorrow they'll get this thing done, if at all. And remember, if you are a Social Security recipient, you'll get your Social Security. There are some things that will not be open. And then Trump could decide, kind of like Obama did, I'm going to close all the national parks. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. Whatever. So that's what because following these things, by the time that you talk about them for real, as everybody freaks out, it's over in a heartbeat. And you're like, oh, what happened? Well, it got fixed. So we've been talking about these shooters over the last couple of days and the issues that the vets have. We've got a serious problem in this country. And if you're a vet, you're listening, you're struggling. Several people have reminded me, 988, simple and easy, press 1. We have real issues. We have two 40-year-old men who had obviously serious struggles and their mental issues were massive. One of them was living in squalor, essentially, who crashed into the church yesterday. Son and his medical bills and the disease that his son had is a disease where his pancreas produces too much insulin. And the cost of medicine is, I don't think people realize, I saw this article today about the rising love of socialism amongst the young. There's a reason for that. They're frustrated. A lot of people are frustrated. So when I was talking the other day when we were out at the Fight DMD thing, and we're talking to Terry and Jonah about all the things that they were going through with the muscular dystrophy, one of the things they were talking about was the shot, one of these shots. $3 million for a shot. $3 million. That's insane. It is. So I understand why people are frustrated. But you have people that are vets who served us, and many of them Iraqi vets who, Afghanistan, they've come back. Desert Storm 1, us and the rest of the world pretty much rolled through Kuwait. The other stuff has been nothing but hell. And these guys and gals come home and they're exhausted. They're mentally fried. They're struggling in ways that you can't even put a finger on because you don't know. And then when stuff starts to go sideways fast and it all starts building on them and they're broke and they're just trying to survive, they can't hold a job, it is awful what is happening. So people will try to say, well, in 2015, he posted something about liberals or no. One of them thought the LGBTQ gay mafia / white supremacist gay mafia was coming after them. And the other one had just started to have a breakdown across the board. We don't treat our vets. We treat animals in some cases way better than we treat our vets. Think about that. And what is going on? You've got a lot of people out there that you guys have been texting me throughout the day how frustrated you are. And you've been in the system. Some of you had to leave the system just to get stuff done. Because otherwise it wasn't going to happen. Not in a timely manner. We've got to do better. We've got a lot of problems in this country when it comes to guns and people. We've got guns. That's great. That's not the problem. The problem is people who are unwell and people who go down dark, dark, dark places have way too much access. And how do we stop that? We got to identify it earlier. We do. It's an absolute must that we start identifying these things earlier. And we know what we're looking for. I mean, Ken and I were joking about it earlier. I said, what about this weekend? He goes, white males, angry white males. This is a little bit different because of PTSD and some mental health problems. But for the most part, young, angry white males are the ones who are going to go shoot up a school, go shoot up an area that is, people having dinner or wherever. The Charlie Kirks of the world. And then you've got the other side, which is the gangster side, which is people fighting over, we got beef. Why do you got beef? Because he's on my corner. That's my corner. We've got a problem of pissed off, angry young men in this country. And there's a new documentary series thing out on CBS. It's called Boys to Men. And talking about how young men are struggling with where their place is. Talks about the feminist role and how men are being left behind, young men in particular. They don't know the rules. They don't know the roles. They don't know what they're supposed to do because at home, your dad may be, stay strong, do this, this is what it is to be a man without being, the Tate brothers, if you will. And then they go to school and you're told the exact opposite. And it's a very interesting look, too, because so much of this also has to do with social media and young men struggling with social media in a serious way because they have gotten to the point where they're just as susceptible of trying to fix their body. We talked about that. Mewing, right? Guys breaking their face so they can have better jawbones, try to look like Ken Weaver. Never going to happen. Guys going out there and the guy who killed Charlie Kirk, who had been struggling with all kinds of things. They want plastic surgery because they feel that they need to be this Adonis. Otherwise, their life is meaningless and that only looks matter. There's so many issues out there because young men have no idea. And somewhere along the line, we've decided that school is going to be set up for young women. They're advancing in ways that are so much faster than young boys through school and into young men at colleges. They're outnumbering men in colleges in some places 2 and 3 to 1 when it comes to graduating. And we are seeing men drop out of really society, living on the fringes, not in the workforce, not dating, sitting around playing video games, smoking pot, and watching porn all day. They've given up. And that right there isn't a healthy society that is going to be around for a long time if we can't start to fix some of these things. Because it's an absolute must. So you couple all those things, and we got problems in this country we need to start addressing. The mental health side, obviously, with our vets, several of you have chimed in and just talked about the frustration you've had with the VA. And that is, my uncle had the same thing before he passed away. He just gave up. He had chronic leukemia, and he gave up. Served in Vietnam. Struggled for years mentally with all kinds of issues. And this really kind of for PTSD, but really became something. And the struggles that he had were huge. But trying to get anything done, I mean, he would come home from waiting months to get an appointment, go to the appointment, and then come home upset, angry, and in tears because, well, that appointment was the wrong appointment. This was the wrong doctor. They got to send me somewhere else. I have to wait. He'd wait hours online on the phone, get cut. It was the frustration level. And then when he got diagnosed with chronic leukemia, which many in Vietnam eventually did, he got to the point where he's like, I don't care anymore. I don't want to live. And it wasn't the treatment. It was the VA that was a huge part of the frustration. And now you've got men and women out there, but in particular men who've seen combat, who are struggling in a way that is mighty, and they're angry, and they're starting to, lose their faculties in a way where reality is gone. I mean, this guy in North Carolina thought there was a gay white supremacist group that was hunting him down because he was straight. That is... wow. He had filed lawsuits for a hospital, for a church, and they were obviously thrown out. But nobody was noticing any of these things. And then the randomly roll up and shoot up a place. What was going through his mind? And then yesterday, that guy crashes into a church. Nobody normal does that. Crashes into a church. It starts lighting it on fire and then shooting people without having serious issues. And we'll find out more. But, people are going to make... And yesterday I said my frustration level was already starting to happen. What side of the aisle were they on? Look, they're both vets. See what this says? They're probably both MAGA. I said they're probably both mentally having severe issues in their life. Stop thinking about the politics. Think about the humanity of a person who has lost touch with reality. Am I right or am I right, Ken? I mean, come on.
I just covered the news, Brother Chad.
Yeah, they had lost touch. You know that. And it's sad. It's sad. This guy had a kid. But how many years did he struggle with the VA? His mom said, there were some warning signs. Really? Why did nobody else warn somebody? We got to do better. We do. All right, coming up. Trump and Bibi just sat down, had a meeting. It's a 21-point plan to fix Gaza. We'll see what happens with that. We'll talk a little bit about that. A bunch of other good stuff still to get to as well. Our social media is everywhere. You can reach out to us. We're on Rumble. We're on X. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. And we're on Twitch. Like and subscribe everywhere. Follow along with me as well at Chad Benson Show. This is Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just laid out a peace plan to end the war in Gaza. We'll see if Hamas accepts. That's coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I wonder what this will be. We'll discuss it as we dig deeper into it. 21-point plan, 21 points. Going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. So many points, Ken, so many points. Several of you are chiming in about what we were talking about, especially little boys, and how it's a tough world to navigate, with everything towards the girls, everything being taught. We're leaving boys behind, and that, this younger generation of you go look at an older feminist, like my mom was an older feminist, like back in the day. She's telling me all the time, it's not about In our day, it was about us getting the opportunities. It wasn't about us pulling down men or boys. And somewhere along the line, that changed, where it became about the girls and we'll leave the boys wherever they are. And we'll change the rules on it. So, and it is. I mean, God, nowadays, kid, he goes out and he's a little too bouncy, a little too this. Stick some medicine in him. Have him sit there. Johnny, shut up. You're like, what? Well, they're rambunctious. They're this, that, and the other. Some of it is, yeah, you've got some kids out there that have some serious issues. We're not going to, there's no denying that. But a lot of it is you got boy energy. We don't get them out playing enough. We don't allow them to enjoy being, just rough and tumble. We don't want any of that stuff anymore. Now it's just, it's all, this is what it is. Point A to point B. There is no deviating from the path. Color inside the lines. You better do exactly what they say or else. Which is, that ain't good. It's not good at all. I was watching, because, they're doing the happiest places in the world, and Finland's always number one. And I don't know if you saw this, Ken, but they were talking about, for the first couple of years, they thought it was a joke. There's like, no way we're the happiest people on the planet.
The Finns?
The Finns. You know why? Because they don't take life super serious. And they just kind of let stuff go, especially as kids. They let kids kind of somewhat raise themselves within certain parameters. You want to go outside and play and you're a boy in the middle of school? Do it. Come back. What did you learn? Climbed a tree, found a bug, thought it was kind of neat. Oh, that's cool. Well, they're also very big into saunas. That was a big thing for them. The hot and cold thing. So they have a lot of saunas. In fact, they have more saunas per capita than any place on the planet. And everybody loves to do a sauna during the day, and then they all jump in the cold water. Have you cold plunged yet?
I never will.
Yeah, I don't like
cold.
You don't like, for those of you guys who don't know, Ken really wants to live in the desert. That's kind of his jam.
I like humidity.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like it too.
Now, I will say this. I've got to have air conditioning. And I do miss the desert for how nice it is in the evenings.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Which is kind of what it's like here right now.
Like right now, it's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gorgeous. I mean, it is just stunning. What do we like this week? Do we know?
You talking about weather?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Is what's
7-day forecast here? Looks like tomorrow, even today, we're gonna get up to 90.
Yeah,
I don't like that. 90 tomorrow, 89 Wednesday, and 88 Thursday, 84 Friday. So pretty warm week.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. If the humidity shoots up.
I don't think that's going to happen. We're not going to get any of the who's coming now? It was Umberto, but now it's Imelda. I don't even know.
I don't know their names.
At this point,
one of them's Umberto.
Yeah. And now another one's coming that's going to hit supposedly North Carolina maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, even if it doesn't hit, there's going to be some surge.
All right, so be prepared out there. But you know what? Weather's gorgeous. We should be out here enjoying it, being outside. How many of us stay indoors? Do you know your neighbors, Ken? Do you see them?
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, a lot of places, people pull straight into their garage, they go in their house, they never come outside.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I'm outside and they're outside, I mean, we'll talk a little bit. I mean, we don't hang out, but we'll talk a little bit. We know each other by name.
That's good. I don't know anybody in my building. I'll say hi to everybody too. They give you the dirtiest look, especially anybody under 30. Like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? How dare you talk to me? They don't do that. Just walk by as if I don't. Sometimes I'm like, I'll say out loud, can people see me? Am I a ghost? Because you don't know. What are you youngsters afraid of? Out of curiosity, we'd all like to know here on the Chad Benson Show. Everyone would like to know why you're afraid to say hi. Just out of curiosity. But I think it's a confidence thing. Younger generation doesn't have a lot of confidence in stuff. You should. You should have a little bit more confidence. You live in the best time in human history. a country that's absolutely amazing. Have some confidence. Don't be afraid to say hi to Ken or I. Bell, I could get it, right? Hair, no head. That's nerve-wracking.
Well, yeah, you can't see his head.
No. You and I, we're very nice. We're kind of like...
He's like Ichabod Crane.
Oh, that's right. Is it Ichabod? No, he's the Headless Horseman. Ichabod was the guy that the Headless Horseman was trying to get.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought Ichabod Crane was the Headless Horseman.
No, that was a.
So Ichabod was. He was the guy trying to get him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Hessian that was coming after him. Coming up, talk a little bit about Israel. What did they say today? What are they going to do? How much more money are they going to ask for? Talk a little bit about that. If you missed any show, shame when you grab the podcast. That's all straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Wow. It's Imelda and Umberto. It's the dual threat. So I'll let you guys know that. The dual threat coming in. Slamming at a Jacksonville, New Orleans is going to bring a lot of precipitation. It's precipitation. It's going to happen. But then it should swide its way back out until the Atlantic, and away it goes. So we'll see here, kids. So we could expect some rain. I was playing golf on Friday. I went out after the event on Friday and at Greystone and went and played some golf. And I was with a couple youngsters. One of them was like a lineman talking about, he's like, this would be my first time doing it. I don't want it to be bad, but I want it to be to the point where I got to go out and make a lot of money, because you're a kid and you don't want everybody's house to float away. But it is, we're gonna see some stuff this year. I have a feeling, Ken, we're gonna be here a few nights this year. I could smell it.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah, it is. Good gosh. I have to start learning about tornadoes and stuff. My goodness. Today, Trumpster hanging out with BB, talking about stuff like Gaza. What are they going to do? What are they not going to do? How's it going to work? What are they hoping happens? BB, again, my criticism is not of Israel. It's not of the Jewish people, of which I'm one. It is of the actual government. And I think BB has pushed this thing to the point where he has seen more than a few countries turn in a way that he probably never thought was going to happen. And they continue to do so. And he has lost a ton of support, even more so than he probably was already losing when it came to the younger generation here. So will this war come to an end? Yes or no? Is there a possibility? I would like to think there's more than a possibility. I like to think it's actually going to happen.
I believe that today we're taking a critical step towards both ending the war in Gaza and setting the stage for dramatically advancing peace in the Middle East.
Which would be massive. Peace in the Middle East, something that you think, well, can that be achieved? Yes. It can be achieved. Everybody says, well, they hate us. They do. Part of the reason they hate us is because we support Israel, who has crushed, at times, Palestine, holds sway over Palestine in many different ways, from electricity to water to all things, long before October 7th. And they've both given as good as they've gotten at times. But now we're at a point where it's critical, and you can't deny what's happening, as much as he would like to pretend like, well, we're not quite sure. The numbers are in. And I think when all is said and done, we're going to find out that the amount of lives lost are far greater than we think, because there's so many people. And that includes some of the hostages that are probably buried under rubble. And we all want Hamas gone. I want to see peace. I like peace. I'm a peaceful kind of guy. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't want to see all this chaos and craziness. Too many people dying in places like Ukraine, Africa, which is a disaster right now. If you're not paying attention over there, most people are talking about the fact that Christians are getting murdered by the truckloads by Boko Haram. But it's Africa. Nobody really pays attention to it. And it's kind of an in-house thing. So what have we always talked about? If it's in-house, we don't get involved unless there is oil. then we may get involved a little bit more. You know what I mean?
I support your plan to end the war in Gaza, which achieves our war aims. It will bring back to Israel all our hostages, dismantle Hamas's military capabilities, end its political rule, and ensure that Gaza never again poses a threat to Israel.
Which would be great. And they can hopefully one day live in peace. You know, the two-state solution, everybody's like, the best thing can be a one-state solution. I'll tell you why that's never going to happen. Because the Palestinians have more kids than the Israelis. So that's just not going to happen. Because eventually you're going to see the shifting of the demographics where they're not going to allow that. So a two-state would work. But there's going to have to be, you know, some give and take. And you got to get rid of Hamas. That's got to be number one. But you also have to treat the Palestinians as human beings and give them a right to some self-governance. Because even in places like Jordan, you know, they don't have like a regular passport. They have like a black passport. They don't even have like a real, you live here. Some of the people are born there. And they really have very little rights. And if we were to move all of them, like, you know, I think that Ben Gvirian and Smodrich, the other people that are really in Bibi's world that have sway and power, that cost to us would be billions. Because again, Israel's not paying for it. We are. Now, Trump did come out and say something today. It's a little bit long. We're going to play it. He essentially said, yeah, look, guys, you take this or leave this, Hamas. Otherwise, we're just going to let it go.
If they're unable to do so, then Israel would have the absolute right and actually our full backing, the U.S. full backing. Marco's here, and a lot of our leaders are here, our great vice president, Susie Wiles, Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner. They've been so involved in this process. I don't think anybody else could have done it or even come close. But it's we're right there. We're right there. First time in thousands of years, I think you can probably say, if you really look into it, if you study back, if you're a scholar, you would say thousands of years. Israel would have my full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of Hamas. But I hope that we're going to have a deal for peace. And if Hamas rejects the deal, which is always possible, they're the only one left. Everyone else has accepted it. But I have a feeling that we're going to have a positive answer. But if not, as you know, Bibi, you'd have our full backing to do what you would have to do. Everyone understands that the ultimate result must be the elimination of any danger posed in the region. And the danger is caused by Hamas. The tyranny of terror has to end. And this is, again, something that we're looking for. This is eternity. This is for forever.
We'll find out if it's forever. That's a long time. Somebody asked, where did you get the Bibi from? His name's Benjamin, and one of his younger relatives couldn't say the word Benjamin, so I called him Bibi. It's like my daughter, she couldn't call Lily when she was little. She couldn't call her Lily. She called her Dee Dee, so everybody just calls her Dee Dee now. Kind of the way it is. That's how you get the nickname. Everybody's called him Bibi since he was a kid, since he was younger. Since he was here in the United States, in Philadelphia. So, look, Trump's laid it out there. Now let's see if this can happen. I would like to think that they could get something done. I think most of us would. And a lot of you out there are like, oh, Chad, you don't understand. They hate us because we're not Muslims. Some of them do. But for the most part, they don't want any part of what's going on. They want to be left alone like everybody else. They fight with each other. They do. And the same thing happens, by the way, before October 7th. There was a real battle going on in Israel where people thought it was about to get ugly, but and almost break out to a civil war, because there you've got the Hasidic Jews, you got the Orthodox. There was a lot of issues going on. Bibi being a big part of it, changing the going out there and say, hey, we're going to just change the Constitution here. So we got issues here. Everybody does. Do I say that all of them like us? No. But you know what? What are we going to do? Wipe everybody out? Is that really the plan? It's not going to happen. It's not. How do we get it so we can, in some cases, peacefully exist, in other cases, Like it or not, we're going to have to be frenemies and figure out how we get along as best as we possibly can. That's it. We have to figure this out. Too many people are dying. Same thing over there. You go and look at, what's happening in Ukraine. Is Trump going to turn them loose? Heard he's already thinking about giving up tomahawks. We're going to find out tomorrow what that big deal is with the meeting and, with all of our military brass coming in. I have no idea what that's going to be. The people I've talked to have told me they believe it's going to be more of Trump wants this, this, and this. It's about an ethos. We're going to be, the few, the proud, the Marines. It's all about toughness. It's all about a certain level that they're looking to get to. And it could be a few other things. And I think something's still going to happen with Venezuela. I think that's becoming more and more evident in that situation. Because they got oil. Remember what I said? They got oil. When they got oil, we like the oil. And Guyana next to them, they got oil as well. So this sounds great. It looks like it's going to be an opportunity here. Now we'll see what happens. And he actually apologized to Qatar today, said sorry, which I'm glad. Trump said to him on Friday, which was kind of missed because it was one of those one-off kind of, 25 questions coming at him, and he answered really quick because they asked him about the West Bank. And he said, that is an absolute no. That can't happen because they weren't involved on October 7th. Palestinian Authority had nothing to do with that. And they're doing their thing over there. And while there's nervousness and some, let's be real, it's at times it can get a little squirrely. He reiterated, this ain't going to happen, which was good. We can't have that because what happens is you start moving into the places like Jerusalem and certain areas like this. Next thing you know, that's the places where us as Christians look and say, oh, these are our holy lands. Things start getting really ugly in such a way that the whole place starts to go sideways. And then the talk of let's build another temple and we're going to do it here if we blow up the mosque. Well, how do you think the rest of the Islamic world's going to look at this? I know it's crazy that like the major religions all have an area. And it's the same area for the most part. Like it wasn't put in Fresno. Like the Christians will be in Fresno. And the Jews will be here in Miami. And no, this is where it's at. So, but he did tell him on Friday, that isn't going to happen. And I like to think that's true. All right, coming up, welcome Matt is here. I just saw him. He walked in with his glasses. Looking cool. He's got his glasses on, trying to look sharp, as you do. We're going to wrap up today's show. Talk to him about what's coming up on his show. This is Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Yeah. What's up, my man? How you doing, brother?
Hello.
The welcome mat in full effect. All right, you got to pull up his mic.
Hello.
New guy. Just push all the buttons, bro. Something will come up.
Hello.
There we go. There you go.
We go. Did you call him new guy?
New guy. That's right.
Yeah, we it's no have you told him the rule? There's no disrespect.
Yeah.
We just don't learn the names for a month.
Yeah. Got to make sure you're going to be around.
I mean, because otherwise there's all these names clutter in your head.
You might be at the sports station of the week. You might be doing a morning show at one of the country stations.
Might be working at Buc-ee's. Oh, we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
Buc-ee's.
That's fine. I'm used to it.
They pay better. But you probably already know that.
What's happening, man?
What is going on, everybody?
What are you talking about on this most festive Mondays?
We have lots to. I think we have lots to discuss. There's a lot of stories that are percolating. Obviously the heavy lift involves, the newest effort to try to stop hostilities over in the Middle East, and America's trying to assist Israel and, the Palestinians for what it's worth, whether Hamas. I think Hamas has demonstrated that they don't really have any interest in stopping the hostilities. It's not in their best interest. Israel, I don't know.
I don't think it's Bibi's net. Israel would like to see it, but I don't think it's in Bibi's best interest. It depends.
Because why? Because he gets out of power, you think?
Yeah, I think out of power is he's in trouble with. The stuff that they've got court case wise against him is pretty. Paying some of the big newspapers to run only good coverage about him. He's been caught. He's got some serious issues.
Gosh, we sound like Americans reporting on Trump 2 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, these are very serious charges. They're going to, it's going to happen.
On tape. He's on tape.
It's going to happen. Trump was on tape, too. They had photographic evidence.
No, I never saw the on tape. I never saw any of that part of it.
Oh, no, they had photographic evidence down in Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, is it?
The confidential stuff.
Oh, but of paying newspapers to say good thing about Trump?
No. I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about the charges against Benjamin Netanyahu.
Hey, tell everybody where you're going this week.
I am off this week. I'm on vacay.
You're going.
I'm going to Fort Leonard Wood for graduation ceremonies for basic training Thursday for my nephew. He's graduating basic training. How about that?
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And then
he's going to Oklahoma. I think he's going to be a part of the new national defense technologies that I think partially is being funded by what did they call it, the Golden Dome, but he's going to be stationed in Oklahoma. He's going to be stationed stateside at least initially, and then potentially go to Germany. So.
And then Paducah?
Oh, yeah, so you weren't talking about him, you were talking about me.
No, both.
So,
I want to know both.
No, so yeah, Fort Leonard Wood, and then we decided, we have a day or so, and I want to go to Paducah because I think Paducah, I challenge you to tell me a finer name of a town than Paducah. Who doesn't want to be a part? I mean, just to say it, it's like a party in your mouth. Everyone's invited. Paducah. Ken,
have you ever been to Paducah, Kentucky?
Yes.
Kentucky.
You have been there.
You have been.
Yep. I've got in-laws there.
You recommend Paducah, Ken?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yep. There you go.
You just want to get a picture with the sign.
I just want to say that I've been to Paducah. And I'm going to go to Cape Girardeau.
Oh, Girardeau.
Because that's near Paducah.
Oh.
Or near-ish.
Watch out for Girardeau, because that guy's all
Cape Girardeau.
As the resident Missourian,
and then,
it's Girardeau.
What now?
As the resident Missourian, it's Cape Girardeau.
Girardeau.
What does this guy know?
He's a resident Missourian.
He's new.
He is new. He's a new guy.
Cape. Well, I'm going to the Cape. The locals call it the Cape.
Oh, do they?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make it up. I'm just making it up because I got corrected by the new guy. So,
wrong.
Cape. What am I saying? Girardeau. Well, they are Southerners. Cape Girardeau.
He was a singer.
Hey, and then I'm going to Metropolis. We're going to stop by Metropolis, Kansas, I think it is. It gets very confusing in that region where Kentucky and Missouri and like somewhere else meet.
This feels like a lot of driving.
Or maybe it's Indiana. So it's, no. Metropolis, and I forget which state it's in, they have the largest Superman statue in the world.
Oh, fantastic.
Right? So these are the types of things that I do while I'm on vacation.
The largest ball of twine in the history of mankind.
Yeah, the greatest ball of twine in Minnesota. That's a great song, too. So, yeah, the largest Superman statue. I want to go see speaking of ridiculous novelty roadside attractions, I forget where this is, but you know about the biggest paintball in the world?
No.
It's the biggest ball of paint in the world. So a guy started it in the 1970s. Look this up. This is absolutely true, folks. And he started with a baseball.
Okay.
And he painted a baseball, and then he repainted a baseball, and he repainted a baseball, and he repainted a baseball, and repainted a baseball, and repainted a baseball. And then eventually he built a structure for it and hung it. And by this time it was like the size of it was a pretty large, like a big medicine ball. And now people come by and volunteer to paint it.
Oh.
And they've tracked the number of coats of paint. And it's like, I want to say 18,000 coats of paint. It's now as big as this room. And I'm not joking.
Are you going to go paint?
I will not go paint. I don't think we'll be close enough.
Goodness me.
But you go in, and I think you have to buy like a T-shirt, like the chart, and then you get to pick what paint you want. It's got to be one color because they've got to track, because they bore it every once in a while to get the paint samples. And you got to pick your paint, and then you paint it.
There you go. You're living life.
So
man.
I'm telling you, this is America.
This is America.
That's what America's all about.
Of America.
America's all about. So, but I'm very excited about my nephew. I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of my brother too. I mean, I would have bet a lot of money and lost a lot of money that my brother raises just an absolute loser of a kid. But what he's done is he's raised a fine young man and now a soldier.
There you go.
So how about that?
That's awesome. Matt is straight ahead with all the fun and frivolity that Monday brings on his Thursday, apparently. You guys have a good one. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Yep.